John O'Rourke here, joining us live in the studio. John, you're here with a word of, we got a message for us. Let's hear it.
I have a message for you?
Yeah.
This is totally a blank to me. I'd like to thank Rafe and all you guys for inviting me here on True Fan today. I've heard a lot about it, and it's nice to see it in action.
On my drive here and back, I get to see the progress that Jerry Remy's is making, and it looks nice from the outside. Haven't seen the inside. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on the inside there?
Yes, I think anyone who walks in is going to be pleasantly surprised by what they see in there. I mean, it was a $5 million build-out, so it was not cheap at all in there. You'll be very impressed with the size of the AV equipment that's in there. We measure our screens not in inches but in feet, 6.5 feet by 11, all high definition. When you see a screen that big, usually there's a projector in front of it, and usually it's the angle affects it or the light affects it. Not these. These are high definition, 6.5 foot. So very impressive. Very impressive. Only ones in Massachusetts.
That's crazy. So the grand opening is when?
It'll be opening to the public on March 15th. One second first, because Rafe is over in the corner laughing. And Rafe, could you explain to us what you're laughing about over there? Rafe apparently is great for taking shots at everybody off camera, but when he's called on camera, he has nothing to say.
Yeah, he wants to talk about being a girl.
Okay, well, I guess it's back to us, Rafe. Wimping out. The question again, Jared.
Is when was the grand opening?
March 15th is going to be open to the public. But on April 5th, that's the night of the Red Sox kickoff dinner, we will be open. The grand opening will be 6 to 8, and I guess at 8 o'clock at the House of Blues is the dinner, so it'll roll right into that. And we were speaking to Larry Lucchino this past week, so we'll have officials and Red Sox players going from one event to the other, so it should be pretty exciting.
So for fans that don't know which route I take to get to work, tell them where exactly Jerry Remy's is. Okay,
well, it's 1265 Boylston Street, but to explain exactly where that is, most of you are familiar with going through the turnstiles to get onto Yawkey Way. If you go through the turnstiles, walk down Yawkey Way to the end, and out the turnstiles, walk to the corner of Boylston Street, take a left, and it's right there.
Perfect. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the grand opening, March 15th, you said?
The grand opening is April 5th.
Okay.
But the opening to the public will be March 15th. It'll be sort of quiet because I'm not sure that if everyone goes crowding in there on March 15th, whether we haven't got our feet under us yet, but by April 5th, it should be, right. Yesterday, we actually had orientation for 135 employees.
Really?
Yeah, so we're pretty proud to put that many people to work in this economy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Rafe was actually asking me if there's going to be a Rafe burger or not.
Actually, Rafe is one of the first people that applied for a job at the restaurant, but we did a little bit of screening, and obviously we eliminated that possibility early on. He didn't have it.
He just wasn't qualified.
Well, you want to keep the quality of the staff at a certain level, and unfortunately, Rafe just fell slightly below that, and so we do have our standards at Jerry Remy Sports Bar and Grill.
So what if fans are going for a drink, I mean, can they expect good food, or what's the deal with that?
The food will be terrible. No, actually, what we have hired a world-class chef for all of you, and that's Mary throwing baseballs in the background, but that's okay. We hired Todd Hall, who has won the James Beard Award twice. So if you know anything about the culinary arts, that's like winning the Oscars twice.
Really?
He's nationally recognized. We've hired Todd as a consulting chef, and we have Jackie Kelly, who was the chef last at the Museum of Fine Arts, who's also our executive chef. So we're proud to say that a lot of people make comfort food, but they won't be prepared the way we make it.
Sounds like an all-star lineup.
Apparently pretty humorous, too, because Rafe is still laughing over there in the background. So it's funny food, as you can see. But not only is it good food, it's funny food, which makes Rafe laugh, which is great.
What is for fans who are looking at their selections in the Fenway area, how many selections of beer will there be at Jerry Remy's?
Well, when you step up to the bar, I know this is very near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. The bar goes the whole length of the restaurant. It seats quite a few people. Wow. And there are 3 or 4 stations at the bar, and each station has 20 taps. Wow. And so we will be carrying about 30 different brands of beer. Many of them will be permanent, but some will rotate depending on the season.
Love it. Mary loves it too. Any Maine beers?
And as a matter of fact, Jared and Mary, if you show up, let me know. It'll be on me. That offer does not extend to Rafe. But if you guys do show, and Sarah sitting quietly over here just talking to me, Rafe, that does not go to Rafe though. Not Rafe.
Rafe doesn't get the deal.
No, Rafe. Rafe has to work first.
My birthday will actually be 2 days before the grand opening, so I'm probably going to have
April 3rd?
April 3rd, yeah.
Well, actually, we've invited True Fan and all of the staff in the headquarters here to actually do a live broadcast from the facility. And so Rafe has agreed to do that. So we expect to do a live broadcast right there. Of course, it's going to be pretty hard to bring the True Fan truck outside and things like that.
But we've done it.
But
we've done it.
But it should work. It should work.
Rafe makes me carry all the equipment because he's feeble and weak, and we've done a live shooting inside Fenway before, so it can be done.
That word is actually lazy.
Yeah, well, that too.
Feeble and weak doesn't really have much to do with that. Yeah.
He usually has the jack guy do it, which is me. So I'm looking forward to that.
You can see on the side behind us, I guess it's the sign that we just recently hoisted up on Jerry Remy's. And each of those letters are taller than I am. Actually, the J and the R are taller than I am. So it's a very large letter that when it's lit, it pretty well lights up the whole street there. So it's sort of exciting. It'll be very nice.
Now there are entrances on both sides. On Boylston, on the other side faces Fenway Park.
There's an entrance on Boylston Street, and there is an access in the back, but we're not going to encourage people to come in from the back way. But the answer is yes. And actually, the players park there during away series. So it's
really.
Yeah.
So there's going to be all glass windows so that you can see through to the other side.
There are all glass windows, front and back, both of which are retractable like an accordion. Mm-hmm. So during a game day, we fully expect for them to be open, and you can smell and hear and smell the peanuts, listen to the crowd. So you can throw a baseball and literally hit the wall, from where we're located. So that'd be pretty cool.
So what is the capacity?
360 people plus 50 people on the sidewalk dining area.
Very good. John O'Rourke representing Jerry Remy's Sports Bar and Grill. And I'll be there for the grand opening.
You're all invited. Rafe, would you like to say anything before we log off?
Rafe's got nothing.
No, Rafe pretty much brings nothing to this broadcast. He just sort of sits there and cuts everybody up. But, what are you going to do?
Rafe's Googling a good gym to get to so that he can work on his fitness.
Yeah, well, he
wants to redeem himself.
But all joking aside, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on today, and I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you for sharing with us.
All righty, bye-bye.